The Modian Curators are feeling the crunch, fighting their way out of a few severe shortages while simultaneously continuing to increase their naval power in preparation for what looks, increasingly, like inevitable confrontation. Hello, Legion, this is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Stellaris First Contact in our Clandestine Curiosity series. The Dethakan Horde is continuing to expand into the Thorquell Pax territory, completely separating their key star clusters from one another using this central lane. So, very clever on the Dethakan Horde's part. A little bit frustrating from our side of things because it puts them ever closer to potentially invading our space. And I would like to be ready for that. And right now, we are the definition of, shall we say, not ready for that. So, we're going to continue to resolve, or try to resolve, our various shortages by building industrial districts, farming districts, improving energy production as much as possible. We're going to do everything we can. Following a long period of growing support for the alien protection lobby, the Zemrapuk galactic polity has become more outwardly xenophilic. Okie dokie. You know what I really need?
Land ho!
Consumer goods. Have you become outwardly more of a consumer goods producer? Because that's what would interest me. That and nothing else. All right, so we need a new... Aha! You're commanding the MCS Fireball. Let's go ahead and bring you in, because that is a very nice researcher that already has a specialization in the engineering area. And now we will take the Fireball, give them a new leader that has improved survey speed, and let them continue on the merry way. Excellent. Why don't you activate cloaking and go back to automatically engineering. And also, I could use my science ships now to do this. It's called active reconnaissance. It's basically the opposite of assisting with research. You send it to do specific reconnaissance on a particular enemy colony. And it's something that I'm going to be able to do, I think, pretty soon, because I have really good cloaking technology and it's continuing to get better. All right, let's see. I think faction unity bonus at this point would be a good idea, but also commerce megaplexes potentially could be good for the economy. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that first, because we need to make sure that we're boosting our economy as much as possible, and energy, anything to bring in energy at this point, is top of the list. Okay, industrial district there on Gallaburi. What else can we do? It looks like we might be reaching the point where I have to start condensing the sections of the outliner again. Which is fine. I don't mind it. But I'm just acknowledging it. Oh, we lost another scientist. Harriet Underhill. Right after Rosemary Fortescue. Oh, wow, that was the... Really? Really? I love that. It's great. It's real great. That was literally the one that I had just transferred excitedly. All right, so we'll go ahead and send Edith Seymour. It's not as big of a research bonus. It's not nearly as big, but maybe it'll be good enough. And unfortunately, that was the one that we just transferred was researching rather important new technologies. All right. Octal Kurul Eyoma. So this is an actual Thorquell refugee. It's now one of our scientists. Interesting that that's happening. Didn't I set rights for these species not too long ago that involved them just being residents? Yeah. Apparently I need to continue doing this. Alright, so that might have changed. Okay, we'll let that one Thorquell scientist. Wow. Queen Margaret Belvedere has died at the age of 90. And are we in breach of galactic law? Military Readiness Act? How? Maybe we have... You know what? Maybe we have a new leader that actually expanded our naval capacity. That's probably what happened. Okay, let's reinforce the fleet for the Mahogany Fleet. Not the Teal Fleet, the Mahogany Fleet. Important distinction. Code breaking +2, probably a good idea. Although some more basic systems to go ahead and have them in place might be even better ideas. Also, I would really love to continue building hyperlanes. I just don't know that I necessarily have the resources. Yeah, I don't.
Land ho! A new colony is underway!
Alright, so I'm going to do another industrial district there. I'm a little bit concerned about food, but consumer goods is already looking a lot better. And again, we're really hoping for the possibility of an upgrade that will allow us to increase the rate of our... Could y'all stop dying, please? We've had like 5 million deaths in the first 5 minutes of this episode. I'm just saying. There have been so many deaths. Okay. Bertha Castleross. This is just a... research ship scientist. So we've got that replaced. Now, we're still waiting on a technology that could potentially improve our consumer goods. It looks like food is not as much of a problem as it was a few months ago, so that's good.
Land ho! A new colony
Industrial district
is
almost
underway.
done here. Yeah, it looks like consumer goods are getting better and better. Auxiliary fire control is done. Plasma thrower is good. It might be time to go ahead and research experimental subspace navigation just to have it done. So it's only 10 months. Research-wise, we are generating a lot more research speed now. The Jonan Continuum. You're supposed to be paused, game. Stop it. Biological civilization detected. Initiate custodial protocol 46, subroutine Alpha B. Message follows. Greetings, organic sapiens. You're approaching Jonan Continuum territory. These systems serve as a refuge for sapient organics against the error data block corrupted threat. For refugee status applications, proceed to central processing. All sapient organic species are welcomed on basis of availability and need. Hostile actions against refugees or custodian systems will be met with maximum available force deployment. Wow. We are delighted to meet you. They don't really care. Alright, so they're hanging out there, and it's just my science ships discovering them slowly but surely. Alright, so we are in breach of galactic law, somehow. I'm guessing it has to do primarily with... No, I didn't want to... I wanted to sell, not buy. Alright. I'm guessing it has primarily to do with a change in leadership. Let's take a look at our queen. Yup. That's what did it. That's exactly what did it. So, if it's not clear, the naval capacity boost that we got when Queen Bertha took the throne just now, when the Queen Mother passed away, if you will, that put us in breach of galactic law in the same way that we were last episode. Unplanned, but still. Also, another thing just to note here, I could have cut investments to reduce consumer good and job consumer good upkeep. I could have done this, but it would have also reduced researcher output and monthly unity by 50%, and that's not acceptable. So for those of you wondering why I didn't take advantage of the situation, I should have commented on it to note that there was a reason, that I was ignoring it, but I definitely did not want those bonuses, or those penalties, I should say. All right, I'm going to build an industrial district here. And it's looking like... I mean, the shortage in consumer goods is already considerably better. Right now we're still in breach of galactic law, but hopefully that will not be the case for much longer. There we go. We are no longer in breach of galactic law.
Research complete.
All right, commerce megaplexes, Gigamall, Hyperland Registrar, very good. Crime minus 15%, amenities amenities plus 5. Ecological adaptation allows you to terraform inhabited planets. We're definitely going to do that because we can terraform the planets that we have into ocean worlds and take advantage of our Ascension perk on planets that are not ocean worlds, which that's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them at the moment that are not ocean worlds. So that will absolutely be a win when we can get that set up.
Research complete.
What's this? Experimental subspace navigation is complete, which leaves me with... Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say that I want to upgrade to the latest hyperdrives. Also, let's take a look at our edicts. Okay, so it's rare crystals. Yeah, this is going to be a considerable improvement. I do want to go ahead and upgrade those research complexes. I know. Believe me, I know. Oh, hey, we do have the ability to upgrade civilian fabricators in some cases. Maybe I just missed it. Or there were some... Oh, or there were some newer ones that I hadn't upgraded. That's what it was. Okay, I'm going to build those commerce megaplexes too. So, actually, with that being the case, I might be able... Well, not yet. Okay, I'm happy with how the shortages are looking. The energy situation is not good, but the fact that food and consumer goods are getting much closer to breaking even makes me happy. It makes me more happy than I can describe. So, you know, I will take it. All right, I do want to go ahead and reinforce this fleet. And this one as well. Yeah, economically, we're starting to spin back up after establishing all these other colonies. And I'm hoping that we continue to build up a nice... Yeah, we really have improved our research speed dramatically. All right, Port Timberworth. So this is pretty significant. I'm going to go ahead and say that I want civilian industries right away. Next, I think the Audubon Monument will be a good idea. And gene clinics. Let's go ahead and put that second, followed by the Audubon Monument. Oh, the Thorquell Pact has declared us a rival. Okie doke, not a problem. Bring it on. If that's what you want to do, while you're being ravaged by the Dethakan Horde, go right ahead. Be my guest. Give me the free influence. I'll take it. I will take it. Not even a problem. So mind you, some of the upgrades that I just queued up to the research complexes will deepen the consumer goods shortage. So I'm doing things that are still adding to the shortage, but I'm trying to do more to offset the shortage. Eartheus 2 and Eartheus 4A have been terraformed into ocean worlds. Oh, good. Let's colonize these. Alright, so that should be enough. Alicebury. Alright, Alicebury it is. And then get a little bit of additional food. Billowhead. Alright, Alicebury and Billowhead are our new colonies in the Eartheus system. I'm going with it, you know? Also, we're about to have a critical food shortage. Let's not let that happen. So we can sell plenty. There we go. That's better. Consumer goods, still a bit of a problem. Let's buy some just to offset that from becoming too big of an issue. And I'm really hoping that the upgrades to fabricators deal with... Okay.
A new port to call home.
Definitely had some science ships forced to decloak in the past little while, and I have noticed. I would love to have better cloaking, so that this wasn't happening as much. It would have been nice to have cloaking earlier, so that we could have taken advantage of cloaking before everyone could detect us. I am enjoying having cloaking, though. It's a huge, huge new benefit to things. All right, I'm going to go with the faction unity bonus first, because if I go with something that boosts my naval capacity now, before I'm really able to build my fleet up faster, I'm just going to be in breach of galactic law again. Excuse me. Just going to be facing a number of problems that I would rather not face. All right, Eisenbury, you are ready for your gene clinics. You are ready for your civilian industry, and you are ready, presumably, maybe not, for an Audubon monument. There we go. All right, so
a new colony has been founded.
Energy and food are also no longer problems. So let's go ahead and say same thing. Civilian industries. Yeah, so really starting to see a swing in the opposite direction. And as the populations on these planets grows, as the populations grow, we'll have considerably fewer problems than we've had for the past little bit. Yeah, there we go. All right, civilian industries, followed by yeah, gene clinics, and then the... No, let's go with the Audubon Monument, especially now that I have as many Ascension perks as I do. That is the better Unity building to go with. Also, amenities. Also those. Okay. Alright, so maybe we've been discovered once again. Yep, the Surveyor and the Fireball.
Space charts updated.
So the notch clocks appear quite able to detect. 2 Merchants of Numa. No. No Numa for me. No Numa, no Numa. Just none of the above. Alright, so their power, the notch clock stellar mandate is like overwhelmingly strong compared to us. Love that. Let's go ahead and spy on them.
Booty.
Hyperdrive 3 is done. Research speed +5, probably a good idea. Gateway travel, also probably a good idea. Encryption, also probably a good idea. Research speed, do it.
Ships ready for action.
All right.
Technology secured.
Definitely starting to see council election imminent. Nice. Strange reports from Manward 3. Yup, here we go. Here we go. So we've had 2 now civilizations messed with by our scientists going rogue in one game. Faction unity bonus +10%. The Empire lives, the Empire breathes. We may make up its body, but it is not for the left hand to know what the right hand is doing. Is that so? I like the idea of having a regenerative hull tissue, but I really would like to go ahead and go for the extra civic slot, so let's do that. And here, I'm just going to go for the advanced... Let's go for advanced strike craft. Better fighters. Not a huge fan of the interference with Pre-FTL.
Space charts updated.
I had a discussion, or not really a discussion, but somebody commented, and I agree with this comment, that it seems like that event is particularly common. And that has been my experience so far. Sildoran civilization encountered. Way over in Crimdor. That's been my experience so far. Oh, nice. The notch clocks want a non-aggression pact. You know what? Yeah. I'm actually okay with that, given what the Dothakan Horde are doing right now. I am okay with that. Because if we have a greater threat, we might have to band together. As much as I'm annoyed at what they did. That's the sensible thing to do. But yeah, it seems like that event with a scientist rebelling, basically, and trying to become a god amongst the Pre-FTLs is a little bit much. All right, so the Latrepians, Nodgeclocks, and Zemmerpook have been elected council leaders. All right, let me make sure once again that we don't have a shortage form here. So I'm going to go ahead and sell. There we go. So we have an energy shortage again, probably due to the establishment of the new colonies. Makes sense. I mean, I just colonized tons of new worlds, and I haven't even done anything with the ring worlds yet. We need the alloys for it. All right, so we have some Zirni refugees that are here now. So let's go ahead and set their rights. They're going to be residents, not full citizens. Okay. Into the Zernian interplanetary... Oh, wow. They just got annihilated.
Fleet has been refitted.
Okay, then. Get a few more of the new ships built. All right, the Frayne civilization is back down to low awareness. Thank God. So we're definitely experiencing some side effects from all these freaking scientists rebelling and trying to create shenaniganry for themselves, just to improve their own image, just to put a feather in their cap in the form of being considered a god to some pre-FTLs. This is what we're having to deal with. All right, minor military sanctions. Empires that have been denounced or in breach of galactic law have penalties applied to them. Yes. Yes, absolutely. That should be a thing. I concur. All right, can you go ahead and upgrade, please? You should have done that already. We're slowly building out this second fleet.
The fleet has been refitted.
Resources shortage continues to be dicey. It looks like consumer goods is possibly at the best point that it's been at for a while. So that's good, at least. Auto-curating vault. Ooh, that's tempting. That's going to improve bureaucrat output, which is a job type specifically at administrative centers. All right, I'm going to go for Xeno relations so I can get the diplomatic weight boost. We have the option of adding a new civic, so let's reform the government. We're currently anglers and eager explorers. We can become an agrarian idol. City districts provide one less housing. Every 4 agricultural districts grants 1 building slot. Farmers produce 2 amenities. I'm looking for one that's actually a little bit more on brand. Let's see. Diplomatic Corps. Diplomatic weight plus 10%. This society has a long tradition of rhetoric and debate and celebrate those who are able to get their way using only words. Mining guilds. Minerals from miners plus 1. Philosopher King. Your rulers and governors are less likely to gain negative traits. Ruler cap plus 2. Pleasure seekers. Allows decadent lifestyle living standard. Nice. Police state. Scavengers. Mutagenic spas. This civilization engages in ritualistic mutagenic bathing, with professional attendants overseeing the use of highly dangerous substances. This invigorating process may appall uninitiated onlookers. Interesting. So the more industrial districts I have, the more pop growth speed I get. So Master Crafters, this would actually... Ooh. You know what? Let's do it. Reform. We're now Masterful Crafters, so artisans are replaced with artificers. Artificers produce 7 consumer goods and 2 trade value. Every 3 industrial districts grants 1 building slot, except on habitats. So we are now seeing a direct consequence of that, because we have worlds with 3 industrial districts. So, hold on. hold on. Everything stops. Excuse me, everything stops. Still a little bit congested. It's been like for the past 3 weeks now since this story pack came out, and it's just obnoxious. And it only really comes out when I'm commentating like for 30 minutes to an hour, which is, 1 or 2 episodes. So you can imagine my irritation. All right, let's see. Ancient refinery, probably a good idea on Modia. I've built all the other good things there already. So let's do that. Avenhead. Looks like I might need a new job type. Let's go ahead and build an additional industrial district. No, I didn't want to build alloy foundries. That wasn't even remotely what I wanted to do. Research labs, yes. Alright, so things are looking to be... Things just seem like they're stabilizing quite quickly. We'll have to see what happens at the beginning of the next month. Ooh! Why did that happen? What are you guys doing? Did you leave your jobs? Okay, hang on. I now feel like I need to study this more. Artisans are replaced with artificers. Artificers produce 7 consumer goods and 2 trade value. Every 3 industrial districts grant 1 building slot except on habitats. So it's like... Like, you guys should absolutely have these jobs filled. Okay? Yeah. So I'm gonna make these a priority. I almost never do this much. Sorry, congested. Almost never do this much micro. But who knows? Maybe this has been a necessary growth point for me for a while. Like, really paying attention to emphasizing these jobs. Because that shouldn't have happened. It just shouldn't have happened. So. Nice. Robot debris. Our archaeologists have learned that after a long and bitter war, the 2 empires inhabiting this corner of the galaxy some 200,000 years ago signed a treaty compelling them to settle all future disputes with arranged and highly regulated combat engagements between robotic armies. XC-9000 was chosen as the site of these battles. The treaty appears to have been upheld for nearly 2 centuries, preventing the outbreak of armed hostilities on numerous occasions, until one of the empires was caught cheating. Oh boy. Engineering research gained. 11,800. The alien civilization on Ginog 3 has finished construction of its first interplanetary vessel in orbit of their homeworld. For better or worse, these aliens are now ready to join the galactic community and must be counted among the galaxy's current spacefaring races. It was only a matter of time. Reports from our colony on Port Tamberworth claim that there's been an increase in feral behavior. Apparently, parts of the population has expressed hitherto unprecedented levels of lust and aggression, and no one knows why. So there's a loud minority. Hispan civilization. Greetings. You have no doubt taken note of our ascent from humble beginnings, just as we have taken note of your starbase.
Complete.
You're supposed to be paused. Orbiting our star. We understand that this starbase represents some hypothetical claim on this system. We ask you only relinquish this hold in our space, ceding the starbase to the beings who have called Ginog home since time immemorial. It is only just. A laughable demand from an immature civilization. So we are not ceding control of that. We have unlocked advanced strike craft. Ooh. How close are we? By the way, since I haven't mentioned it in a while, when I say, like, you're supposed to be paused, that's just my old pausing and unpausing habits. This is probably something that we're all familiar with, especially if you've been playing Stellaris for a long time, since before this option was added. Auto pause and auto unpause. Now that that's there, a lot of the previous, like, reflexive pausing that many of us have trained into our Stellaris play, it's just not necessary anymore, but I still do it. And I think what happens most of the time, if not all the time, but certainly most of the time, when I'm like, you're supposed to be paused, what are you doing? I've unpaused the game because I'm trying to make sure it stays paused, which is why I'm then incredulous and I'm like, why aren't you paused? It's because the game actually does what it should have done from the beginning now. And that's just the way it goes. All right, so I do like the idea. I didn't look at Elgate Insights. That was why I was doing all that. Where's the situation log? The L cluster. 5 of 7. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and research another Elgate Insight so that we can be very close to that. I don't want anyone else getting their hands on the Elgate cluster, or the L cluster, if at all possible. It looks like our consumer goods situation has resolved itself. Violence on the rise. The feral behavior on Port Tamberworth shows no signs of stopping anytime soon. In fact, it has risen since the last report. Promiscuous and violent acts happen all the time, and a large part of the population seems to be affected. This is getting out of hand. Rowdy Munch modifier has been added. This is on Port Tamberworth. Welp. That's not good. That's affecting crime. That's affecting happiness. I don't have anything else that I can do building-wise. We've gained administrative control of Ginnog 3, formerly a holding of Hispan sovereignty, because we control the starbase in the Ginnog system. Wait. The end of the Hispan sovereignty? Star Nation, formerly known as the Hispan sovereignty, has been destroyed by its enemies. How this will affect
the situations amended.
Wait. What? Also, I feel like I just clicked OK on another pop-up that came up as soon as I paused or unpaused. It's ironic that that just happened, because I think I unpaused, something popped up right as I was going to click OK, and I don't even know what that was. Literally didn't even see it. Alright, Ginnog 3. We just gained their planet, and there's... We just gained their planet. It's being shown as an Empire capital, but it's not the Empire capital. Okay, I think it's resolved itself now. Okay. Alright, so they are still there. We just control them now. Wow. So we basically just passively took them over because they were trying to assert themselves as, like, ready for life on the galactic stage, ready to be members of the galactic community, but they had been given stuff by a rogue scientist, which has totally not happened one too many times in this playthrough. And now we just control their planet. That is hilarious. And I'm here for it. Holy crap, that is amazing. Okay, so let's go ahead and just say, you know what, a food processing facility here would be great. Also, since we already have so much food production, let's go ahead and make this an agro world. So one thing we'll have to do, and as I end the episode here, we'll set this up. Let's set rights. They are just going to be residents. Colonization is forbidden. Yeah, you're not allowed to colonize. Sorry. That's not going to be an option that's available to you. Granted, it's That's really only talking about colonization that I would do with them, but that's still like not something I'm prepared to allow. Sorry about that. Except I'm not really sorry. Good talk. Yeah, let's build a hyper relay there, and that's all we can do for this episode. We're 35 minutes in, so I'm going to stop this one here. In the next one, we have still a lot of work to do building up our fleets. It looks like the shortages we've been dealing with are largely resolved. I would like to take those jobs that I specialized, that I emphasized rather, that I prioritized, off of prioritization at some point. That would be nice. But I'm not quite ready to do that until I'm confident that the consumer goods situation will remain not a situation, literally and figuratively. So I'll just have to keep an eye on that as our economy continues to recover. But yeah, that took about an episode. I thought it would be an episode or two. Took an episode, so not bad. In the next one, we just need to make sure, like I said, that I continue to build up the military situation and kind of prepare for whatever the heck these guys think they're going to be doing next, because it kind of seems like they're lining up to maybe attack me soonish, and they're now only superior compared to us. They're not any longer overwhelming compared to us, and that means we do absolutely need to continue building up these reinforcements because they're having the desired effect. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. If it's not your first time or even your second, look for the join button to access unique emotes, badges, and other perks. New episodes are coming out every day at 4 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, and comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.